Speaking of great arms, he's the Mets pitcher Matt Harvey, who joins us on the program. Did you play football at all growing up, Matt?
No, I didn't. I obviously I played, backyard football and stuff, but never played on a team or anything like that.
How would you rate your arm throwing a football?
It was pretty good. Pretty good. I think my dad was a little worried that it was too good, and he's a baseball guy, so obviously I don't know if he kind of steered me away from football or not, but obviously we chose baseball.
Explain your injury for those who aren't Mets fans or here in the New York City or metropolitan area. That what exactly is it that you have, and how did it happen?
Actually, we have a slight tear in the UCL, and I got a second opinion with Dr. Andrews, and he said my elbow was stable, going through all of his tests, and we chose to go the route of rehabbing, and I strongly believe that that's going to work and pay off. But today I'm here talking about Qualcomm, and hoping I can help them out as much as possible.
Well, I'll let you get the pitch in there, no pun intended, in a moment. I want to talk a little bit more about this. When you hear Tommy John surgery, what does that mean to you as a pitcher?
It's something that obviously everybody knows about. It's so common, but it's something you never know. And
is it scary when you hear that possibility of you're deciding not to do it? How scary is it?
It's kind of weird. I mean, every pitcher can relate to what's going on, but I think I did all those answers yesterday, and maybe at the appropriate time we can talk a little bit more about that. But obviously, today's about Qualcomm.
You don't want to talk about your this whole rehab and Tommy John?
Well, I will. I mean, we can set up another call if you'd like to about that subject. But today we're honoring and supporting Qualcomm.
Well, okay. I'll let you get your pitch and tell us about Qualcomm then, Matt.
Well, obviously we, average person uses their phone, over 100 times per day, and sometimes as many fans as there are at games and stadiums around the world, everybody's using their phones, and it'd be nice to have a way to connect, and Qualcomm's purpose is to make connectivity easy, no matter where you are. Major League Baseball is obviously huge, and stadiums are sold out everywhere, and people are always on their devices, and Qualcomm's making it easy. They created the term fantasting, and that's pretty much everybody tweeting and using Facebook and posting pictures and videos and this and that. And, the future of fantasting is unlimited, and could include ordering food, right from your seat, participating in game promotions, accessing, information about the game. That way you don't have to buy a booklet of all the rosters and this and that. Obviously you can get all that information right from Fantasting. You can even check the game stats and what's going on in the game from the bathroom. So, it's obviously something great, and it's definitely going to help the fan base.
You can enter the contest to win a trip to a 2014 Major League Baseball opening day of your choice. Visit fantasting.com, Qualcomm.com, I should say, fantasting.qualcomm.com. Got that right, I think. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's correct.
Good luck with this, and hopefully one day we can talk about the whole experience there with your injury there and rehabbing it in a different way. Thank you, Matt.
All right, thank you.
Fritzy, did Matt know we were going to talk about I mean, I'm not calling or having him call in to talk about Qualcomm.
No, that's it. I would think it would be obvious that we're going to be talking Tommy John and elbow surgery nothing was said about anything being off limits or that we're just talking about what he's pitching at all. There was nothing about any off limit topics.
Okay. Yeah, maybe he didn't know, but he should know that if you're going to pitch a product, how this works is we let you pitch a product, but you do a full interview. I don't get anything from Qualcomm. I don't get anything from this. And my job is not to sit here and do an infomercial for them. But, the reason I'm having him on, and he should understand this, is because he's opting not to have Tommy John surgery. And I don't care how many questions you answered yesterday. That's probably for the New York media. This is for the national media. This is for national fan base. Okay? But you should let those people know they did him a disservice. That did not come off well.
That was extremely disappointing.
Yes.
I don't know what else he would think we'd be talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, Paulie.
You should have worked the sponsor into a question. Could Qualcomm sponsor your Tommy John surgery if you need to have one? Dan, you got to...
I knew once he said, "Oh, I'm here to talk about Qualcomm," and usually you'll get this with somebody when they're making a pitch, they feel like they're not going to get that opportunity. And look, they're getting paid good money to do this. I get that. But, Matt should know. Nobody's going to have you on just to talk about this infomercial. That's not how it works. I don't care who comes on. You got to answer questions. Yeah, McLevin.
I was sitting there the whole time. I'm like, I can't wait to hear about Qualcomm. Tell me more about Qualcomm. Yeah. I was like, enough with the Tommy John, Dan.
Yeah. Nobody cares about that. And I can't wait for that Qualcomm promotion. I didn't even get around to who he's dating. I mean, these weren't tough questions. No. So I guess we have to reschedule to talk about his Tommy John, that he's not having Tommy John surgery?
Very odd and disappointing.
Is Tony Saragusa sponsoring something too?
He just doesn't want to talk any NFL.
Okay,
Anything
all right,
else
that's fine.
is fine.
Does he want to talk about Qualcomm?
He may.
Does he want to talk about maybe Tommy John surgery? Man, that's a bummer. This is the first time we had him on. And the fact that you're going to say no to Tommy John surgery, and here we are talking about all these injuries with RG3 and Peyton Manning and Adrian Peterson. All right. Well, I think that sponsor did him a disservice unless they said to him, look, you don't have to answer anything about your arm, but they should have let us know. If that was the case, I'm not having him on. Maybe he did them a disservice because you know what? You may not want to talk about that arm, but that's why people are having you on. All right. Where do we stand on the poll question, McLovin?
Will Johnny Manziel be a top 5 pick? 57% in the AT&T polls say no.
Yeah, Paulie.
That was a qual bomb.
Yeah.
Take that, Fritzy! That was well done.
Scoreboard right there.
I feel bad now. I don't understand how he could possibly think we wouldn't be talking. It's like all over the news. It's like a major topic on any website you go to about Matt Harvey.
Did you say anything to them? Did they say anything to you prior to the interview?
Not at all. And if we went to every guest and said, "Here's a list of all the topics we're going to get to and not get to," that's not how we do things.
Well, sometimes they'll say, "Look, such and such will come on, but you can't ask him about this."
Exactly.
And then we say we don't want him on then.
Right. In this instance, there was no discussion at all about he doesn't want to talk about his elbow or Tommy John.
All right, but then also and we always say you can get your plug in. I have no problem with that. But he's got to understand. You're going to be in New York and be a media star. You got to understand how this works. You got to feed the machine a little bit here. Got to give me a couple of crumbs, a couple of cookies here. That was bad. And I wasted people's time there. All right, Tony Saragusa will join us in a little bit here. We'll take a break. We'll get to more of your phone calls as well. Anything else that needs to be mentioned here, Paulie?
The show brought to you by Snickers. Snickers taste great.
Did I mention the AT&T poll, by the way, Dan?
Yeah.
57%.
Whatever, you know what? I could use a Red Hook beer right now. And how about we go to Buffalo Wild Wings? And I'm going to go out in my Ram truck right now and start it up and leave it running.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.